Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming. Constable Tanya Vizentine, Media Relations Officer for the Vancouver Police. Tanya is T-A-N-I-A. Vizentine is V-I-S-I-N-T-I-N. The Vancouver Police are asking for the public's help in identifying a suspect in a racially motivated assault on an elderly Asian man that happened last month. On March 13th, the 92-year-old victim, who suffers from severe dementia, wandered into a convenience store in the area of Nanaimo Street and East First Avenue. The male was distraught and confused. As the staff were trying to assist the elderly man, the suspect began yelling racist remarks at the victim that included comments of COVID-19. The suspect grabbed the victim by the arm and forcefully brought him outside the store, where he shoved the victim to the ground, causing the victim to hit his head on the pavement. The suspect left the store before police arrived. The suspect is described as a white man in his 50s. He's believed to be about 6 feet tall with a heavy build. He has dark, short hair and is balding on top. He was wearing a gray button-up shirt with a black t-shirt with a white skull design on the front, black pants, and black running shoes. He was also wearing a thick gold bracelet, a gold necklace, and several gold rings. Everything about this assault and the behavior of the suspect is despicable. It's even more disturbing considering the victim's age. As a police department, we take these types of crimes very seriously. We wholeheartedly do not tolerate incidences motivated by bias, prejudice, or hate. Recently, the Vancouver Police have seen an increase in reports of anti-Asian hate-motivated incidents and criminal behavior. 11 hate crimes were reported in March. 5 of those reports were had an anti-Asian element. This year so far, there have been a total of 9 anti-Asian hate crimes reported to police. And in comparison to last year, there were 12. We are aware that hate crime and hate-motivated incidences generally go underreported to police. We are urging people who are a victim or a witness of a hate crime to please come forward so the police can investigate fully. Anyone with information is asked to call VPD investigators at 604-717-2763, or they can call Crime Stoppers anonymously at 1-800-222-8477. And I'll just note in this video there is a small child or several small children. They are not related to the crime at all. Are there any questions about this?
So why VPD only asking for public house after almost 1 month or more than 1 month of the incident?
As with all our investigations, we take them very seriously, and investigators work diligently to piece all the pieces together. That includes reviewing video footage, interviewing victims, witnesses. We always take these crimes seriously. And there are many avenues that investigators take, and one avenue is a plea to the public, and that's what we're doing here today. So again, and I do want to mention that this could have been a lot worse. We're so thankful that this man, who, like I said, suffers from severe dementia, he is okay. He is at home. He's with his family, and he's uninjured. But we are asking if anybody is a witness or has information to this crime, or if anybody does recognize this suspect, to please call 911.
So does this mean that after more than 1 month of effort, there is no other clues lead to the finding of this suspect?
That's right. We investigators are pleading to the public now. We need the public's help to identify this suspect. So if anybody does have any information, please call police.
You mentioned you said things related to COVID-19. Is it possible you could tell us a bit more about what he said? I mean, are we talking about racial slurs? Are we talking about kind of a go back to China element? What kind of things?
I can't get into specifics, but they were racially motivated slurs and comments, and they had to do with COVID-19, and they were anti-Asian comments. Anything else going on in the city?
Yeah, we wanted to know about how what you're seeing in terms of the crime statistics.
So generally, as a whole, calls for service have gone down in the city, and calls across the board have gone down. Where we are noticing a major influx in crime is with our commercial break-and enters. That is very concerning to us. We always take all our crimes reported to us very seriously. Not only are we going through a pandemic in the city right now and people losing their jobs, it's heartbreaking that people are losing their jobs and their storefronts are getting broken into and merchandise being stolen. So in response to that, we have reallocated our resources as a police department. We have several investigative projects on the go. We've made great progress. Last week we arrested 40 suspects in relation to commercial beanies, but we're not going to stop there. And our goal is to arrest these thieves before they commit crimes.
Have you arrested any since that announcement of 40?
We're still working on that type of stuff. I don't have that information right now. Like I said last week, we made great progress and arrested 40 suspects.
And I was talking to Aaron about patrols. So we did hear there weren't, it didn't seem like there was a visible increase in patrols, but I understand you seconded some people from other parts of the department. So can you tell me a bit about what the sort of on the ground, out of the car presence of the VPD is now?
I can't get into specifics on how we do conduct our investigations or what we're doing, obviously. But I can reassure the public that we have reallocated our resources. We've moved members around, and we are conducting several projects, overtly and covertly.
And what should the, if you, what would you say to the citizens who are looking around for officers right now? There's a sentiment that they're in their cars. I don't know how accurate that is. But, what are the things that the officers have to deal with on the street, given that, any arrest or something could expose them to an illness?
You're talking more specifically regarding COVID-19 and how we're dealing with that? Or is this, are you talking about commercial beanies?
They're all kind of related.
Yes. It's a very challenging time right now, a time that none of us, I can say that ever have gone through, whether it's just a regular citizen or us as the police. And as for the police department, we're very well informed. We have a pandemic working group that was set up from the get-go, really informing our members and educating our members on the health and safety and also just how to deal with this from all aspects. Like I said, it's a very challenging time. So we're very well informed, and when it comes to serving the public, we're not going to stop there. Pandemic or no pandemic, we're going to continue to provide exceptional police servants as we always do, and we're always going to be there to respond to calls.
Okay, great. Good for me.
Okay.
So is it possible that you can reiterate if there any increase in commercial break-ins statistics comparing to the months before or the months of last year?
Sorry, I didn't hear the first part of your question. You want to know
statistics about commercial break-in increase comparing to the months before the pandemic and also the same month last year.
So I have data that shows from March 24th to April 20th of this year, and that's a monthly average for the year. So that up until April 20th, it's gone up for that monthly average 98% commercial break-in enters.
Up by 98%.
98% when compared to the monthly average of the year, if that makes sense.
So during that period of time, how many commercial break-ins are reported and investigated? Is there like a number of cases?
I'm not going to get into specifics with exact numbers, but I can just say that they have gone up 90% this month compared to the monthly averages of the rest of the year. Okay, thank you. Thank you.